It's a great question, this one. Do you need to be good at marketing to run a deal packaging business? Well, no and yes, as always. So if by marketing, what you mean, the person who asked the question mean is, and we do see it in our industry, let's be honest, we see people leaning over vehicles, wearing fancy watches, talking about houses that they own but actually are on lease options. So basically, they are indicators of wealth, but they've been rented, not bought. I don't feel I think it's actually very rude to be rude about people online, unless you're going to say it to their face. Don't say it online. So I don't tend to name and shame. It's not my style. But we have seen, let me walk off an aeroplane. Let me drive in a car. Now, before you think I'm totally anti-material items, I recently, with a really good friend of mine, we went to the press release for the Maserati, the new sports car. I've forgotten the name. So like guys who are really into their cars, you'd be like, Susannah, for heaven's sake, you can't remember the name. And I kind of walked in thinking, well, it'll be quite good fun, but it's only a car. Guys, I did not stop smiling the entire time we were in that showroom seeing the latest Maserati sports car. I was in it, I was walking around it, and I thought the design was utterly joyful and exhilarating and exciting. Yeah, so I kind of get it when you guys like nice cars now, because I was grinning from ear to ear. However, that's a car, if you can afford it, you buy it. Yeah, you don't mess around with. Yeah. So if you think you need to show that you're like super successful, a bit of BS, as you might say, and pretend to own things that you don't own, no, that's not marketing. That's like showman stuff that's kind of not authentic. But real marketing, let's consider what marketing actually should be. Marketing is taking a product and bringing it to market. So if you're going to run a deal packaging business, here's your product. You're going to find discounted deals. I want you finding them. Well, we did £45 million worth of property at an agreed purchase price of 30 million quid. So the discount was real, people. And we did over 200 deals of that. It was 217 deals in 4.5 years. So the flow of deals was real. So it was real. So you've got a deal packaging business where you're finding discounted deals, super valuable to people. And you've got investors, the market, who really want to buy them. So you need to do some kind of connection between your product, the discounted deals that you're finding, and your marketplace, don't you? So you do need to do some sort of marketing. Now, how you do that is you definitely want to make sure that your social media is on point. I don't mean all bling bling. What I mean is credible. This is who we are. This is how to contact us. Here's our professional emails. So not a Gmail email, because you can white label them anyway. You don't actually need a website these days, although it's probably better to have one. But I did 22.5 million quid worth of property before I got a website. But as long as your social media, your LinkedIn, your Twitter, your Instagram, your Facebook. So you don't want to be talking about deals on your Facebook when you're talking about going out on a hen night, or a stag do. It doesn't match. So set up professional pages and professional accounts for your business. That's marketing, but it's really just saying, this is what we do, this is how we do it. You can download a brochure. Secondly, get a brochure. Again, that's marketing and design. You can use things like 99 Design, Upwork.com. Listen, you can download the brochure on my website, the deal packaging brochure, which we put in a bundle with you guys with the legal agreement, the contract. And quite frankly, you can copy it word for word. I mean, always run it past a lawyer, of course, but copy it word for word, and then just get somebody to design up your own design. Don't even need to think too much about what wording to use. You can use mine. So you do want kind of legal agreements and brochures. So we've got social media, we've got agreements. And then the third is, well, how do you actually bring your product, your deals, to market? The investors. You're going to find those investors at lots of different property events. You're going to find them at online events. You're going to find them on Facebook. And everybody thinks, oh, I'll just email them out. And they avoid the interpersonal relationship. Well, there are two kinds of deal packaging businesses. One where you've got like 100,000 people in your database and you just spam out the emails, don't even think about it. Or there's the other one where, and that's the one I ran, where you've got, say, we had 50 investors a year paying us £1,000 each to be a member, más o menos, roughly kind of 48 to 53 deals. So we kind of varied the investor numbers. So your investors, you know what they're looking for. You've already done all the contractual work. They're not going to shut. Well, we had one or two but basically they didn't manage, but they tried. They're not going to shaft you. You're going to, it's a good, proper working relationship. There's always a 1%. So don't get worried about that. It just happens. You just think, sweetheart, I wasn't born yesterday. So you need to get to those people. And the best way to do that is this. So if you see them on Facebook saying, hey, I'm looking for deal sources, private message them. Hey, I'm a deal sourcer. What's your phone number? Here is mine. Can we have a time to talk? Send them a Calendly link. Have a Zoom conversation with them. And then the other way, and pull them into talking with you, asking the screening questions you need to ask. What's your objective? How much is, what's your time frame, and how much is your pot? And then check whether they're going to agree to your paperwork, and if they don't, or check whether they're the right kind of person, whether you like them. If they're not, and then run investor days so that they fully understood how this thing works, and you'll have other investors coming in also interested in working with you. So that is basically taking your product, the package deals, to market. For that, I would say you need to be less good at what we might term practical marketing and more good at organisation and following processes. So a person I've worked with for a long time who I think is absolutely superb is a guy called Peter. He and his wife, both of them are just tremendous. And he's not an extrovert. So if you're sat there thinking, I'm quite quiet, I'm quite shy, do I really want to be doing this? Well, they're not like, wee, look at me. And their Instagram account, by the way, is Keys to Doors. Definitely check it out. They're really good people. And they've been really successful, really straightforward. And Peter's an introvert, but how he does it, he naturally is a really super guy and he likes helping people, but how he does it is he helps people. He's really interested in personal growth and development, so he loves seeing people succeed. And by helping people, they see that he's a good guy, he's got organisational skills, and funnily enough, he's got deals. And so some of those people he helps, he just does it because he helps them. And some of those people realise that this is a really beneficial relationship for them, and he's got deals, and maybe they'll do some business together. And he's done that from and Peter, I hope you don't mind me saying, quite a geeky point of view. So, he's not standing on stage, flashing a diamond smile. He's a really logical, calm, well-organised person. So I would say that's better operational skills than marketing, but he's still bringing his product, his source deals, to market. So, no, you don't need to be good at the flash, bling, bling BS marketing. Yes, you need to be good at operationally bringing your product to the market and having good relationships with your investors, which is a much nicer way to be. Right. Like the video if it's useful to you. Send it to somebody else if they're kind of struggling with how they should maybe position themselves in the marketplace, which is marketing, brand positioning. Subscribe if you haven't already, because then all these great videos will come to you. And the fourth, I'm throwing loads of things for you to do now. The fourth thing is brew up a cup of tea and pop onto my website. It is thegoodpropertycompany.co.uk, and I have stacked it full of goodies for you, all downloadable straight away. And good luck to you. All right, sourcing discounted deals is how you make serious money in property, but how do you start? Free checklist. Click, link, download now.